You are engaging in what I refer to as a moral race to the bottom, where you take something that was recognized as immoral and you justify it. And in justifying it, you eventually come back around to reframing it as a positive. So, invading, subjugating people by force, stealing from them, and exploiting them is wrong, but the justification is everybody does it. And because everybody does it, the European colonizers who were the best at it were in fact not doing anything wrong at all. It is just a measure of their advanced level of achievement and ambition. And that was the idea behind divine decree, that people weren't even being subjugated, stolen from, or exploited. It's that Europeans were graciously going around the world and sharing the benefit of their enlightenment with everybody. The issue is they kept encountering people who were so primitive and savage that they were required to use justifiable force in order to civilize them for their own good. We saw a similar moral race to the bottom with the transatlantic slave trade and the scramble for Africa. Enslaving people is wrong because it robs them of their human rights, so we can justify that by dehumanizing those who are being enslaved as inherently inferior. So now the enslavers aren't doing anything wrong. They are simply upholding the natural order of things, and they're actually doing the enslaved a favor by teaching them useful skills and civilizing them. Similarly, there was no native genocide, there was only manifest destiny. And we currently see a similar thing with capitalism, where before it was recognized that concentration of wealth by exploiting the many is wrong, but now we view capitalism as a sign of democracy and freedom. So we have people who are voting for and upholding their own exploitation at the hands of capitalism with pride, because we call that hard work and meritocracy in the American dream. The thing is, when you engage in a moral race to the bottom, you will eventually wind up shooting yourself in the foot, because now I'm going to ask if you would please say the quiet part out loud. Since we have established that China has a lot of violent and messed up shit in its history, China had weapons capability, China had ships, China was controlling the trade that Europe would later seek to control, what is it that China became too comfortable with when they decided to discontinue the treasure fleet and to focus inward on self-sufficiency, which was later viewed as a factor in why China fell behind and was later vulnerable to invasion and exploitation? What is the ambition that China lacked that European colonizers possessed? It was an ambition for what? And you don't have to say it, but we do hear it.